All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Prime 4 podcast. My name is Bryce.
My name's Chris.
Ross. Alex.
And today we got a little bit of a recap for you because last week Chris was gone, so we didn't do the hip-hop stuff. We didn't really get into Eminem's kill shot. But Eminem did respond to MGK. Completely fucking skunked him in my absolute opinion. Killshot ended up debuting number 3 on the top 100 Billboard charts, and it did break YouTube's 24-hour views for any hip-hop record ever. And I believe it got close to 100 million within the first 20... I don't know. It got a shit ton in the first 24 hours. MGK said that he wasn't going to respond, and then he said, listen to my album. There may be something there. Turns out he released an album, no one gave a shit, and there was nothing there. So, in my opinion, which is absolute, he did lose the beef there. So that's over with and done. No more MGK Eminem. We don't have to worry about that shit anymore. That's done.
How do we feel about this?
The way I feel about it is, like, it makes me think that, like, beefs aren't even real anymore.
It's publicity.
See, the worst part is they're both under the Interscope umbrella, so it's like... But Eminem doesn't need that fucking money, okay? Like, just so everybody's aware.
I think he does it for fun and inspiration. That's all he does.
Money and buzz are two different things.
Just so everybody knows, Killshot was not monetized.
Yeah, that's fine.
Eminem literally just dissed him for fucking free because that's what people were talking about. Mm-hmm. Joe Budden's whole deal was like, you're going to make money. When you're not going to make money and I, just like me... We'll do it or whatever, and he did it. So
he didn't
even in Killshot, he put
one line to Budden. Budden said,
Yep.
"Write a song about me."
Yeah,
one line ain't a song. So I mean,
you don't get to pick and choose how you are dissed. So when you are dissed, if you don't respond, you lose. It's a fact. If you don't respond with bars, you lose. That's a fact.
If it's so bad that you don't need to respond, like, do you need to?
I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was bad at all.
I mean, obviously, I think you can pick and choose how you fight. Like it's a fight, and that's what it is. And you could be like, okay, if you punch me first, I'm gonna punch. How many times did you hear that in high school? Yeah, hit me first, and I'll do this. You know what I mean? Like the terms are kind of laid out there, and either you follow the terms or you don't.
You try to draw it out as long as you can before you actually have to fight.
So you get that adrenaline.
Like, man, if my dog wasn't here, I'd fuck you up right now. I want my dog to see that. He'll bite you.
See that carnage?
Yeah. He's going to have a taste for blood. I don't want that. I don't want that shit for my little wiener dog. Okay, so one thing I did garner that I did want to touch on in the whole MGK Eminem beef is how there was an entire side of media that gets a lot of attention that was 100% absolutely biased against Eminem because of their affiliations.
I don't think it's because of that. I think it's because of the culture that we live in. We're geared towards going for the underdogs. We're tired of seeing like that.
I don't think... I don't think so. I'm talking about Joe Budden and Breakfast Club.
Okay, you're starting to sound like Donald Trump now, Bryce. I don't know if I want to... Certain media affiliations
mainstream hip hop.
I'm tying it up for you.
Fake news.
It's the hip hop deep state. It's Hov and Kanye conspiring against him.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tie it. I'm gonna gift it for you and wrap it with a bow.
That's fine. You
can do it. Charlemagne, Joe Budden are friends. Charlemagne is Breakfast Club. Joe Budden is his podcast. Both of them have deals with Revolt TV, which is owned by Diddy. They both receive money from Diddy. Diddy was dissed on Killshot, but since...
Was he?
Yes. And since Eminem dissed Joe, Charlemagne has to ride with Joe because they're buddies. So in that whole diss thing, they're like, you know what? I didn't think that was a good bar. It wasn't nothing spectacular, but it was a diss bar. And... when MGK thing came up, they both sided with Rap Devil, even though in every single aspect of rap, it was nowhere near Killshot.
I think a lot of that's opinionated, and I do think the reason
I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility, though, that they were biased
But the thing is, what I'm saying is,
I'll give you another example why they were biased.
When I say did he really diss Diddy?
Exactly.
It was like, yo, Diddy must have been popping pills when he signed you. I love you, Diddy. My bad. Like you can, that's not a diss to me. Like a diss is I said what I said.
This idiot's boss popped pills and tells him he's got skills, and the day that Kel has a hit is the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that was dope as fuck.
What did he say after that though towards Diddy?
At the end he said, "I'm
really
just kidding, Diddy.
sentence.
I love you."
Okay.
Yeah.
But then we find out from behind the scenes that Diddy did feel a way about it, just like Joy Electronica did.
Yeah.
Joe Budden did comment on it and say that Diddy's going to handle Eminem, and he said I could say that. And that's all I'm going to say about it. So that implies that
I just told you.
And by the
he
way,
still got hitters in the
and
streets,
by the way,
man. My
nothing
bad.
did happen, and nothing will happen.
Allegedly.
They're just gonna
Allegedly.
Bro, you know, they paid a visit to Mr. Eminem.
because it's all they're MGK and Eminem are both under the Interscope umbrella, but Diddy is MGK's thing. MGK was even not riding for Diddy in the Breakfast Club interview, and another reason that they're biased is that Charlemagne has pretty much said that MGK is trash, and he doesn't like his music, and he told him that in the last interview.
That's an opinion,
But now this new interview comes out where they're in the Diddy umbrella, where MGK has to go on Breakfast Club because it's Revolt. It's under the Diddy umbrella,
And he can't get in the shade 4-5.
and he can't get into Shade 4-5. So he comes on. Guess who's sucking MGK's dick this time?
they always suck their...
Charlemagne.
Whoever's on the show...
The last interview... MGK even said he hated Charlemagne and he didn't even want to do that interview. Because last time Charlemagne said, pretty much that he's whack and he didn't like him.
MGK is...
And then he comes on this time, it's like, you know what? I was wrong. Rap Devil was great. You're great now. He never really said that, but he implied that he didn't have the same energy when he comes on. And they always have the same energy. So it's like you suddenly love him now because he made a mediocre diss track to Eminem. Now you're suddenly riding with him. And everything you said prior is over and done with.
It just makes me think that Eminem just isn't popular with certain people, aka everyone from that group.
Yeah.
Remember, Eminem rides West Coast. So if it comes down to picking sides in the past, he's obviously riding with Dre. And Diddy is East. That's,
That's what I'm saying.
Eminem's riding with Pac.
Why
That's
would
what
you
I'm saying.
expect them to not take the side of whoever's against?
But they are.
Sorry.
They definitely did. They were biased. Joe Budden was personal with him, but Charlemagne being tied with Diddy and with Joe Budden, they had to take that route too. But they didn't play it off as being biased. They played it off as being genuine, how they felt about the diss tracks.
So you don't think any argument against Eminem that Charlemagne has made has any merit?
I don't, because when these people were asked specifically, why are you choosing Rap Devil over Kill Shot as being better? No responses. Because that's the thing with people who rode with MGK. It's give me examples. Tell me why you think this is better.
Well, because they'll give an example and the guy will say, "No, you're wrong." Because that's
well, no, okay.
That's America right now.
You may be wrong, but you have. If you can't give me a reason, where are you coming from?
A lot of people don't feel
here?
like they have to justify what they like and don't like. Like me, for example, I don't feel like I have to.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're
It's opinion.
if you're an MGK fan, you're riding with MGK. You can't tell me why other than the fact that you like MGK. I can respect that, even though you're wrong. I could still respect that.
Even if they bring up a valid point, it's like Stan you'll use deflect. It's super effective,
Yeah.
Because
the same with Drake fans, they've done the same thing. So it's kind of
correct. And it's
anyone who has less fans can't get a word in edgewise no matter what. So.
Yeah.
But
it's opinion.
MGK does have a ton of fans, though. It's a convolute. Okay, not compared to Eminem.
It's enough to where he's established, and it seems like
exactly.
It seems like if you're established, any beef is just monetary to me, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
But we're talking an overwhelming amount of people are Kill Shot was it. That was it. You're dunzos. But then there's the 10% Rap Devil was way better. Why? It was better. Like, that's it.
It's called... They could have kept going back and forth and made some money off of it, but Eminem was like, no, I'm just going to do this. And they're all like, okay, well, we're just not going to do anything with it anymore.
I mean, people were like, production value, it's more clean. It's like, it's not, though. It was the same producer. Killshot is literally the beat mixed in reverse.
But like I said,
it's
you say
like
that. But
by the same guy.
But in reverse, it doesn't sound as good. I will say that. Like,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. No, it's not. It's not as smooth, but it's still a clean beat. Like, it's just as clean as Rap Devil, but in reverse. And I don't know. We can. How much? 10 minutes we talked about.
Maybe he should have rapped in reverse, and then I would have liked it.
Maybe he did. Did you play it forward? Did you play it forward?
Maybe he used the beat forward and rapped it in reverse, and then reversed it.
I think if that was done,
that would be the ultimate.
Be
the wordplay in Killshot, though, like, if you analyze those bars,
he's got a great team.
Percentage-wise, Killshot had more disses than Rap Devil, if you want to go that way. The rhyming scheme for the bars were insane compared to the basic scheme that MGK was spinning. The flow and delivery.
Eminem did take longer to respond.
MGK did have a decent flow. He had an okay delivery. Eminem obviously had a good flow. Obviously had a good delivery.
MGK's was obviously for monetary gain, in my opinion. That's why it was.
It was because he was releasing an album later that week.
But that's why it seemed like it wasn't like.
Which
it wasn't
I don't
like
know
let's
many
jam.
people
It wasn't like let's jam as many disses into one track as I can. It's like let's make it sound good and just fit the disses in and have like a chorus.
Yep. And then he did. And then he pulled that underhanded shit at that Fall Out Boy concert where he tricked the crowd into giving the middle finger, implying that it was towards Eminem because he had a Killshot shirt on.
Oh yeah.
MGK had a Killshot shirt on.
Okay. Yep.
And he had the crowd flip him off or whatever, but he turned around with the Killshot shirt with MGK flicking him off, so it looked like everybody it meant that everybody was flicking off Eminem or something. Mm-hmm. And then the people that were there at the concert were like, no, that wasn't the case at all. And MGK did not confirm or deny that.
I don't know if there were pictures, man. That's all it takes for the government to do.
If there were 2,000 people there, how come I haven't seen any pictures?
With Rap Devil, there was also the video of him getting booed, and people are saying it was doctored, but no one it's very convoluted, whether that was true or not.
It's all about the he said, she said.
Yeah, but the thing is that there's people there, there's videos, but it's which one's doctored? The one with the booze? The ones without the booze?
There's a plethora of information, but the thing is, I am part of that faction that sometimes I like to see the underdog step up and you're not just gonna come in here like a bull in a china shop and shit in my kitchen.
No, props to him.
If you really want a good beef nowadays, you got to orchestrate it with the other guy and make sure nobody knows.
Eminem, MGK in that Breakfast Club interview said that Eminem's a recluse and they could not get in contact with him. They could only get in contact with Paul Rosenstein.
I'm saying, but if you wanted to make the best beef ever, you would someone's got to do this.
Dude, Eminem's not outside.
And then after years, just come on and say, yeah, that was fake.
Right. From this, Joe Budden did respond. For some reason, he said, in his big rant, he said, don't tell us how much you love D12. Mm-hmm. When I look at Bizarre, it doesn't look like he's doing well.
Yeah.
So Bizarre released a fucking diss track against Joe Budden. And
no one wanted to hear this or order this.
I did. I needed to hear it. It was bizarre, and it was fucking bizarre. You have to watch the music video. It's fucking stupid as shit. But Budden claims he doesn't know. I'm trying to get through this fast. Budden claims that he doesn't know why Bizarre dissed him, even though Bizarre had a drop from his podcast where he says Bizarre doesn't look good. So I don't know how he couldn't figure that out. Bizarre threatens to kill his dog.
Tata, though.
But Bizarre threatened to kill his dog that Joe Budden loves. And he also said that Joe Budden's trying to say that he's like clean and new, but just last October he gave him drugs during a tour or whatever.
Yeah,
He gave him cocaine and Percocets or whatever.
Come on. Bizarre. You don't trust Bizarre with that kind of thing, man.
I trust Bizarre, dude.
With drugs?
I mean, they were on tour together. They were on tour together.
Might
That's
be
what
seeing
happened.
fucking yellow, blue, and purple hills after that
You
shit.
know what I
right?
mean? I don't trust him with that.
Okay,
man.
do
He wore
we-
shower caps for like months.
Is
man.
that
It's
it for the
clearly off his rocker.
dissing? No, it's not. God damn it.
Oh God, there's more.
But wait, there's
We're not
more.
even okay. So Joe Budden did say a couple other things about how he was a killer in beef, but he did not respond with bars. Hollow to Dawn even released a YouTube video. Who is a famous battle rapper who has battled and arguably won against Joe Budden, has said that
I don't even think that's arguably. Like,
Joe
dude.
Budden walked off during the battle.
Well, there's a difference between an actual battle and a beef where you actually,
Yeah.
Exactly, and Hollow
where you're recording it.
In Hollow the Dawn, he went through the requirements for beef, essentially what is required to win, and he stated that Eminem would wipe the floor with Joe Budden. And I mean,
I don't know. He just might be biased. You never know.
I think it's the court of public opinion. You know what I mean? And you're at the mercy of how many fans you have or how many likes, and it's just crazy how there's that double dynamic where you're like, you know what? What's his name? Tekashi 6ix9ine is really having all these hits right now. He's really popular. Does that
rebrand.
necessarily make him good?
Hollow Dawn did say that Star Power will be a part of it, but he also stated that Eminem is just a better rapper overall.
I couldn't tell you one way or another. Last Joe Budden I listened to was Pump It Up.
Oh fuck, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't actively listen to Joe
So
Budden.
let's. That's not all the beef. There's a lot of fucking beef. We missed the Nicki Minaj Cardi B thing.
Yeah.
We didn't report on that. I don't think we should.
That kind of,
yeah.
that kind of faded
That's-
into.
That was like
Yeah.
that was like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
You guys have probably heard about that. Cardi B threw a shoe, missed Nicki Minaj.
Got lumped up.
They hate each other, etc., etc.
Cardi B didn't get invited to the. There was a really big event that she didn't get invited to because of that shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying,
Really?
if you're ready to
Oh yeah,
throw
it was some
Chingasa,
Rihanna
that's
like
crazy.
threw some.
Oh yeah.
big
I
event
think I
or
heard about
whatever,
that. Yeah.
And she didn't even get an invite.
Cardi
just
B didn't get an invite.
Yeah, because of the whole,
God, Rihanna's so beautiful. That's all I'm taking from that. But Kanye is still hard at work on his rebrand. He took a step forward and then immediately took 3 steps back recently.
Yikes.
Nick Cannon and Kanye are beefing now. That's fucking. Yeah,
That's dumb.
That's fucking weird. It started
just
out with Nick Cannon was in an interview. He was asked about previous girlfriends or Kim Kardashian or whatever. He responded. He said whatever he wanted to say about Kim Kardashian because they used to date. Kanye went on probably IG Live or some bullshit and said, "Hey man, I would appreciate it if you could you just didn't talk about my wife because she's my wife." It was pretty tame. And Cannon came back, said, you could say whatever the fuck you want. So he wasn't this aggressive. You could say whatever the fuck you want. Why can't I? I'm gonna say whatever I want. And that's where it came from.
That's why I say I don't consider that beef.
And then, nope, Nick Cannon dropped bars. He did a freestyle with a slight little diss to Kanye in an interview. We'll see where that
Sprinklings
goes.
of a diss.
well, you
on
gotta
track.
understand. Steve Harvey dropped bars at Pusha T on Family Feud. So,
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But Kanye has an album that comes out tomorrow. Right.
Hopefully
yes,
it's
I
better
think
than
tomorrow.
Ye.
You guess what? You guys listen if you want, and you tell me how it is, because I'm not doing it again.
You're not listening to Kanye.
I listened to that whole Ye rollout. Not doing it again. Like, okay, by the way, Daytona is still in my running for the top album of the year behind
That's
guess.
is
it
Carter
Kamikaze? Is it
Wild
Kamikaze?
guess.
Is it Kamikaze?
Carter 5.
Carter 5.
Carter 5.
Negative. We'll get into that.
Carter 5.
But yeah, that's like the best thing. I didn't even listen to the Nas album, the Nas rollout, but that pretty much got shit on. I think
I think so.
publicly. So I
He's
didn't
working
even
on a
bother.
new album just to try to erase it.
We had two
Sucks.
albums. Does anybody want to talk about the beef anymore, or are you guys good with that?
I've
had enough.
Good with that recap.
We're good.
Okay.
Beef was what was for dinner.
Too
Now
much
we're going on
roast.
to
Oh, go
midnight
ahead.
snack.
Right.
Go ahead and comment, by the way, below and tell us who you thought won the beef. And yeah, subscribe if you said Eminem. And yeah,
And subscribe if you
Subscribe,
said Joe Budden.
especially
yeah,
if you
Joe
said
Budden.
Joe
Subscribe. Period.
Budden. Yeah.
But we had 2 albums drop today, and I listened to both of them, which I don't normally do.
Yep.
We had Lil Wayne, Carter 5 after 4 years, dropped today, 23 tracks. We'll cover that one first.
Yes.
Who-
The fact that
okay,
it's
so first off,
23
who listened
tracks,
to it?
I definitely listened to it.
3 times.
You're a fuckboy. Okay.
How many times did you listen to Kamikaze before the first episode of that shit?
At least 23.
Michael
But-
Jordan's number, right?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so we'll get into opinions. I'll do mine last because we all know what direction that will take. So what did you guys think compared to previous old Wayne? Is this old Wayne back, or is this the auto-tune crunk era Wayne? What do you think?
I think a lot of elements of old Wayne are back, but the important dynamic that I focused on about this album is you can see a little bit of growth. You can see a little bit of this, that, and a third. But the main thing is when you had it come out and you have Young Thug responding, that lets me know that he's nervous about his job because the person that's the best at doing Wayne is Wayne, not Young Thug. And Young Thug was just some sort of bastardization of what Wayne was in the game when he got taken out. So I'm excited to see that dynamic come out.
Okay, just to touch on one thing there that you said is that you said it showed growth. Wasn't it all recorded in 2014 though? I know.
think it's been
There was-
recorded
so-
over the last 7 years. It's been
Yeah, and there was
it's been
like
longer than that.
So you think there
There's this-
was growth and he was working on it recently?
Yeah,
because
so-
he's had those whack auto-tune features the past couple years.
there's a
Like-
album that was slid out to a bunch of
Shkreli.
people. You know, there was those albums that were tossed out, and there was even more tracks than that. They actually released a track list, and only 2 or 3 songs off the track list made it on the actual album. So, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely gonna have to ingest it more. I normally try not to give opinions on an album until I've had a chance to have
Maybe
at
that's
least a
what
couple
happened.
weeks with it.
Maybe like it's been all those years and he made all this stuff and over the years how he sounded what he was doing changed. So then he's all like, well, I got all this crap from when like I was doing this stuff. Maybe I'll just put a bunch of that on the album to try to get rid of it, and then the next album's gonna be great.
That could be a thing too. That could
Well,
be a
you've
thing
got
too.
you've got the sound from what, like 08 Wayne. You've got the sound from Carter 4. You got even some different stuff. So
Yeah.
like it's been something that's evolved over the course of a few years. Like you got Nikki doing some singing, which she got put on blast for doing that a couple of years back. So I don't think that was recorded recently. I might be wrong. You never know.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of I think the features were recorded back in the day.
Except for the
Kendrick
triple
was.
extension one.
Yeah.
So with
No, that was recorded yesterday.
Yeah.
yikes.
Tupac
So,
lives.
with all the features that were on it, with having his mom basically bless the album, and like it had a really homey welcome back touch
Yeah.
on it.
Oh
He
my
had his
Obama
daughter
feature.
on it. Like it was. I think it
He had
was
his daughter
Snoop
on it.
Dogg,
When?
Regina Carter.
Yeah, Regine.
Oh, she was one of the features? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I listened to everything.
Travis Scott.
What did you guys think on production and beats? You didn't listen to this at all, Ross.
Yeah, I didn't
No,
get
okay.
to.
That's fine.
It's the
I
most
figured he
well
would play it,
produced,
but he didn't play
it's
it
the
in
most.
front of
I don't
It's
know
the
if you
most
would like
well
it.
produced. Well, you were watching the stuff on the Twitch TV anyway, so you wouldn't have heard it.
Wait for what Alex is going to say. I'm going to fight him.
It's probably the most well produced stuff I've heard in a while. I mean, you might disagree with you might disagree with the Triple X, doing the hook on that one song or whatever.
Sure.
But overall, like everything was put together pretty well.
Shouldn't like if it took however long it's been since his last album or whatever, shouldn't it sound really fucking good? Like production wise,
you gotta think.
This
shit was in limbo for quite some time. You know, when you're working on legal shit, it fucks with the creative process behind this shit. And he was on the beginning end of fucking with that legal shit and trying to get his money from Birdman. So it's like, I'm not giving the guy excuses, but for all that shit to be going on and this to be kept in a vault for a long time with no leaks and all of this other shit, and then for him to put out this work, and like I said, I can see the growth because just like Alex said, you had a little bit of every era Wayne on this and a little bit of new stuff. So I enjoy it. And I enjoy the fact that the track list is so damn long. Like, and we have a lot of 7-track albums that are coming out for him to do. Like,
he's got different sounds, different cadences, like just different like genres of music he's put into one album, and it actually flows together extremely well.
Yeah. And that's kind of always been Wayne. What? No, we're not talking about Eminem.
We're not getting back into Eminem right now.
Hey, I mean,
we're taking an M vacation.
I'm just hearing shit from someone who said Kamikaze wasn't good and didn't listen to it.
I wouldn't say I didn't.
I don't know if I would consider like an album that's pretty much all
but guess who listened to Carter 5 and gets an actual valid opinion? This guy. Okay. Do you guys want biased or non-biased?
They're gonna be the same.
Incorrect. Ross, what do you want? What's your opinion? What do you want? Biased or unbiased? Should I do both?
Sure. Well, I know your biased is gonna say like,
got a post-it note.
It's not Eminem, so
it's not Kamikaze or
Wow,
Kamikaze. Let me just tell you, Kamikaze ain't winning no awards if that's what you're thinking. An entire album that's like a diss album is never going to win awards.
It's not an entire diss album. We've been over this.
I've heard clips of all the songs, and every clip I heard had diss in it. Every single one of them.
No. 2 tracks had disses. You need to calm down.
You were highlighting from every song he did.
Yeah, every song.
It wasn't every song, guys. Less than 50% was diss. Okay, so unbiased opinion. Ooh.
Wait.
You don't have one of those, do you?
Let's preface this.
I got that.
What is your favorite era Wayne?
Old Wayne, not fucking auto-tune Wayne.
Like specifically? Like Carter 3?
Carter 3.
Okay.
I don't know the albums. I don't know.
That's the last one I heard.
I just want to put this into a lens
so
people understand your response.
So I absolutely despise auto-tune rappers and mumble rappers. Wayne has become that, unfortunately, but this album had remnants of old Wayne in it, which was really good. I appreciated it. Unbiased it's a great album, and you should listen to it and form your own opinion. That's unbiased. Mm-hmm. It wasn't unbiased. It was good, but it didn't blow me away, unbiased like, but now biased, okay? Mm-hmm. The tracks that stuck out to me, this is what tricked me, because I wasn't gonna ride with the album because I figured it would be all auto-tune and mumble rap, and then early in an early track is "Let It Fly" with Travis Scott, extremely fucking hard, and I'm like, oh shit, this album's gonna pop. I got 23 tracks of his mom and this hard shit. It's gonna pop. That wasn't the case at all. The standout songs that I personally appreciated were "Let It Fly" with Travis Scott, "Can't Be Broken," "Mona Lisa" featuring Kendrick Lamar, and "Open Letter" had really good bars, but it was fucking auto-tuned, so I'm going to give it a 50% on that.
That's still an F, Bryce.
Right?
Whatever.
It's like, it is what it is.
Open Safe was hard as fuck. Start This Shit Off Right was like featuring Ashanti, and it sounded like some amalgamation of like a Ja Rule reboot. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
So you're saying
she's gonna have an album.
So you're saying it didn't start things off right.
No, Start This Shit Off Right was like later in the album.
Yeah, and it didn't start shit off right.
No, it didn't. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking there, but it literally sounded like this was produced, but Ja Rule was in jail, put Lil Wayne on it. Yeah. He did Amigos style song, and then 2 songs he did where he took the Kendrick style and rode with it, which was Demon and Used 2, which I could clearly hear the Kendrick style that he was using to get through that. Just listen to him a couple times, you'll kind of hear what I'm talking about. This is old Kendrick.
What if I could dig something up? Like, I need to listen to it. What if I can dig something up from, like, way, like, a long time ago where he was using that style before Kendrick was?
I would take it back, what I said.
You would? Okay. Well, I'm not going to do that, but...
I was like, okay.
But maybe it originated from him. I don't know.
This was, the Kendrick feature was 2014 recorded, which was To Pimp a Butterfly Kendrick. That whole song is fucking insane. Lil Wayne was insane on it. But then you got Kendrick coming on, To Pimp a Butterfly era Kendrick, fucking blew it out of the water. That song to me is the standout song of the album. Kendrick Lamar, I think.
Do you think he was just trying to please like too many people with the album?
Absolutely. So now I want to get into it. The beat selection for a few of the songs, I was very confused. Like the Ashanti one, I don't know what he was going for, but it seemed like he was trying to take multiple rap styles and put them all into one album, but put his own spin on it, which I appreciated, but it was pieced together poorly, and the album jumps around. It's 23 tracks. The album jumped around a lot.
Maybe he was trying to be groundbreaking, but it didn't quite work. Maybe.
Yeah, this is me being biased and highly critical of the album, though. But overall, it is a good album. You should definitely listen to it, and I'm sure you will like it. As if you're a Lil Wayne fan, woo, you're getting a fucking surprise. If you're not, still listen to it. Give it a chance. It is a good album. But that was me being overly critical.
I mean, to be fair, if you have like a fan base that everyone knows, like, oh, that's a Lil Wayne fan, you know, just based on like their musical taste, which I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Okay, if you can please your fans and then have a few tracks on the album that'll please people who aren't fans of you, I think that's a job well done.
Yeah. And then too, I think like if you my take on Wayne is I am a fan of earlier Wayne before the auto-tune, but I also am a fan of the How to Love Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? Where he's like, yo, I have this dope idea in my head. I might try to fucking play guitar or have a rock feel or whatever. Like part
experiment.
Experimental and eclectic. Like that's always been Wayne to me as an artist, and that's
what this album is. That's what this album is.
Yeah.
I was never a diehard. I shouldn't say diehard. I was never really a fan of Lil Wayne. This did open my eyes. I will check out the next album that he eventually releases because I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to... If anybody wants a breakdown of Kamikaze, biased and unbiased, let me know in the comments because I'm fully capable of doing that as well.
I actually appreciate that take. That's actually really good.
Because there's two sides to every coin. You got to listen to it as this is your artist, but you got to listen to it as this is not your artist.
Right.
Like, what is he doing? What could he have done better, et cetera, et cetera. I'm pretty sure I do a good job at that. Do you have anything you want to recant or come back
as far as the track list? Starting out with number 3, Dedicate. It's pretty decent. Ends with that Obama sample into Uproar. Just Wayne going hard over that Swizz beat. That shit, it blew my fucking mind. Like, my brain turned to shit.
There were multiple beats. Like I said, it was an amalgamation of different production. It was all over the place. But like you said, that's why you're a Wayne fan. You got the Swiss beats. You got the Mustard. There's other ones that I can't even remember the names of.
Can't Be Broken was great. How it comes in with that really high-pitched shit and then he starts rapping. Dark Side of the Moon, I actually like Nikki's singing. I think that it went well together.
I couldn't ride with that.
Mona Lisa, you know, like, It was great.
Okay, so you're biased with that song because currently right now the consensus is that is the epitome of the album.
A lot of people like
Mona
Demon.
Lisa.
A lot of people like Demon too.
That's great because that is one of the Kendrick style songs that I pointed out.
Yeah, that's what you said.
But people
I
are
think-
pulling the Kendrick out of this album and bigging it up quite a bit right now, is what I could tell on the forums.
As far as Wayne being from the South, maybe he's actually not afraid to, kind of incorporate some West Coast sound, some East Coast sound. He had the Snoop feature.
Yeah, Snoop feature.
With that sample from the beat from Explosive from 2001. Open Letter was great. The Snoop Dogg feature song was great. I really enjoyed that one. Hit Us was great. Took his time. It's kind of more of a slow burner, but I think it sounds just great. Open Safe was hard AF.
Yes, it was. Open Safe was fucking.
Demon was great. Used To. I think that's a follow up to that Drake track. It was a track from an old Drake album.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that came from. But it's great.
Do you think maybe he was pulling from Drake and Used To and not Kendrick?
That's what I saw it as.
Possibly.
Because it was from a Drake
I only
album.
listened to him once, so I could be wrong on that. But from my once over, that is what I garnered was I was pulling Kendrick styles from this. But
the thing I want to go around the table and ask is if this album had dropped on time and didn't have that long pause where people are anticipating.
What would have been on
do you
time?
think-
Like, when was it supposed
2014, 15.
Yeah, it was supposed to be out, but he was still like in the whole Birdman shit, right?
Yeah.
Trying to get out of Birdman's clutches,
Right? What are these?
Yeah, one of these, all the lils, just in the palm of his hand,
Yeah.
Jeez.
So do you think if it would have dropped on time in that era, it would have changed your view on what this album was drastically?
I personally wasn't waiting for it, so I didn't know it was coming out until like 2 months ago or something when it first initially came out. So I wasn't hyped for it. I wasn't waiting for it. It just came out and I had to listen to it, and I'm glad that I did because it was an experience.
It wasn't even really in my radar either, but I was playing Overwatch last night and some dude said the Carter 5.
Yeah.
But he was on the other team, so at that time I said Wayne trash just to trigger him. So that we did end up winning. The dude did throw because of that.
Nice.
He spent too much time typing, but no, once I gave it a listen, it was
Sweet.
All right.
like it lived up to.
So, okay, a couple things though. Can you tell me, do you not like the Kendrick feature on Mona Lisa? Like,
No,
what
I
is
like
it?
the Kendrick feature. It's just that I personally prefer the sound from either Can't Be Broken,
Okay.
from
I want to know if you're
Open
pulling
Letter,
biased in it. But I know you
or
like Kendrick, so
from-
I feel like it can't be that.
or from
Kendrick's
Took His Time. That one, it's like I said, it's slower, but to me, I like.
Would
the-
you say
I like
he's
the-
taking his time?
He took his time. Yeah, he took fucking 4 years.
Right? That's rough.
Is there any standout records for you? That
I
you
mean,
can
of course,
think
I like Mona Lisa. I like Let It Fly. But my thing is I'm a project guy, and I like the whole project because you have just random bars that are just going off on just saying shit that I think is hot. You have a little bit of storytelling elements in there. It's a lot to ingest.
Like what? There was the one, I think it was like blowjob on a toilet, call it shithead or whatever. It's like fucking. So like, I was expecting more of the old Wayne where it's just like this crude ass shit, but he actually, it's more, I think it's like some of these tracks you see an emotional Wayne, like Used To, where he talks about how when he got, it could have been an attempt at suicide, so it's kind of.
I was gonna say,
didn't he say it was in the song? Yeah, he said he put it to him.
I was gonna say, can
But
you
they
tell
have
like that certain
artistic
songs are about like
license.
the last few years? Can you tell that in the from
where-
what their songs?
I believe so.
And then some of them you could tell they weren't like even about like maybe might have been before that or you know what I'm saying.
And then too, like, did he pick his features way back then with Travis Scott and them? Because like that's a extremely like, not to be using terms.
I'm not
but
big
that's
on Travis Scott.
That's a visionary
song
move.
was
Travis Scott is like whether you like his music or not, and I kind of err on the side where I take it on a song by song basis.
You like that B.O.B.
He's
guy?
huge.
I just messed with you.
Wait, what? He is huge. Kendrick's huge. XXX Tentacion.
He's not huge enough to have a good name.
You know what I mean?
Name,
like,
So, yeah, when his mom started crying at the beginning, though, I skipped it. Like, I couldn't deal with that. Like, I didn't need that shit.
getting choked up before.
No,
you
I'm
get
like,
punched in the guts.
that sets the tone, man.
I don't need that. I don't want to hear your mom saying she's proud of you. I don't want that.
Oh, because it's actually art? Okay, there we go. Difference
I think
between...
it's. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you tell me why it's art? Like, what's going on here?
Because it's setting up...
Well, I mean, it's on an album, it's on a record, so it's obviously art, correct?
Well,
some things
It's
are
something,
more...
it's a
it's
welcome
something he
back,
felt
I
like
think.
sharing with his fans.
Yeah, like you remember Good Kid, Mad City, right? Where they have those breaks where like they're praying together and like it just weaves into the story. And
At the,
I thought
end,
that was
at
one
the
of
end of the songs, where there's just like phone conversations between...
Yeah.
Those are, well,
Like,
I
I
mean,
really
those are the, what do you call those tracks?
Skits.
Skits, yeah, those are
Yeah.
skits. This was like, I didn't need the feels, man. I was at work, I didn't need that shit.
It's like an important welcome back moment. You
Does
know
that
what I mean?
open you
Like,
up for the rest of the album?
It's
maybe?
to set you up
That's what
for...
it's for.
No, because
it's to set
it's
you
like,
up for the second song, Don't Cry, featuring Triple X Tentacion.
Oh,
which
there you go.
It was, if you want, okay, Triple X he did pass away. That's upsetting for some. That's sad.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna pretend that I rode with him before that.
Oh, no.
Because I didn't ride with him. I didn't
So you're
like his
you're
music.
like Kanye then?
Are you looking to box right now? Rob?
He's like, I wish I would have done more for the guy. Or he said something like that. Kanye did.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came on. And
That's
said
extremely
something.
unfortunate, and we could get into that. All day.
What I'm getting at is that was an auto-tune song that I personally couldn't ride with.
Do you like
But that was
auto-tune from
No.
any
He
artist?
said he hates it.
You don't like T-Pain auto-tune?
The thing about auto-tune...
Okay.
What about like Cher auto-tune?
The thing about auto-tune...
No, auto-tune. Okay, specifically auto-tune rap, I cannot do it. I
Auto-tune
cannot
rap,
ride
okay.
with it.
Why is
Yeah.
that?
If you're, because it's not when I listen to rap, I want to feel something. I need that raw feeling. But when you auto-tune, it seems like you're taking away that that raw feeling, that raw ability, that rawness in your voice, some of the emotion in your voice. You're taking that away, trying to make it more melodic when you're not trying to necessarily be melodic. It's hard to describe, but
I get where you're going.
I mean, just listen to it. Like, listen to Side by Side. It's like Lil Wayne not auto-tune on this album
you're saying
compared to
you're
his
saying
auto-tune.
you want
It's
to
like,
notice emotions in the voice, but when they auto-tune it, you can't. Is what you're kind of saying.
It definitely takes away some of the emotions for sure.
Okay.
But when it comes to T-Pain, when you're singing, you're purposely doing it melodically. You want someone to feel something in the melody.
Can you angry auto-tune?
I think he might be able to.
I'm sure he tries
T-Pain-
somewhere on here. Yeah.
But why
what's
then?
crazy is T-Pain-
What would stop a rapper from doing that? Trying to be more,
Melodic.
more melodic.
Would you
more,
even be
Like
It's-
How to
'cause it's-
Love
it's-
Wayne, like that was him being melodic, and
Yeah.
I think that came out really good because that was packaged that way. But I think a lot of the people that use auto-tune are not really getting somebody on keys behind it because essentially it's a piano that gives you notes, whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a normalizer that balances it.
Yep.
But I don't think they're getting the right people on the keys to actually get the chords and the scales and all that shit that they need behind the scenes for it to be cohesive enough for everybody to get. But I came up on that shit.
Can't
You
just
know
use an
what I mean?
iPhone to
Like,
do it for you or something?
You might be able to.
I just
track that down.
I don't ride with auto-tune rap
Yeah.
or mumble, and unfortunately, Lil Wayne is
You don't like
essentially the godfather in mumble rap.
Yeah, I wouldn't deny that. You don't
He
like
is,
stuff.
Russ. This is where it came
I'm
from.
saying
don't like
that's
Gucci
kind
Mane?
of probably accurate.
No. I know you ride with
you don't
Gucci
like
Mane.
Gucci Mane?
I'm sure. I
It's
don't listen to a
Gucci.
lot of Gucci Mane.
I love
Okay,
Gucci Mane.
You show me your favorite Gucci Manes, and I'll listen to them, and I'll let you know.
Maybe they won't be your favorites though.
You probably should.
Show him the
It's
most
newer-
popular
But I have to
and
start.
show him the stuff.
But I have to
Yeah.
start with an experience And if I go into it and I'm like, Chris really likes this stuff, I'm gonna open my ears more.
That's
I'm gonna
biased,
be more
though.
acceptive.
I think so.
I could be non-biased. I hate Gucci Mane. You I can be biased. Excuse me.
My thing is
Not
like
biased, whatever.
pairing the right music with the right mood. Like, for example, we're getting pregame, pretty buzzed up. We're about to hit the club. It's the South. It's like 10 o'clock, whatever.
So
You
Red
put
Solo
on
Cup.
Gucci.
Oh.
And it's like, yo, this is really that vibe. You don't need bars when you're drunk. You know what I mean?
I can ride with that then. If that's
like,
the
it's
purpose
just the
of the
right
music,
mode,
I can ride with that.
Is that like Flo Rida? Would he be? Would he fit into that like
OG Florida?
kind of same?
Well,
He's like
tier of, like,
the
getting warmed up for drinking. Like
He's got the club bangers that are like, let's jump and like
he's
dance, not
he's
like rock.
A black pit bull.
Yeah,
whoa.
Like,
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
He is. That's that Florida style that they both have, and he's like a black pit bull.
All right, guys. I hate to change it from the Carter 5. Does anybody have any closing statements on the Carter 5?
Carter 5.
Before we go to the next album.
AOTY.
10,000 times.
AOTY.
Go ahead.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Logic.
That's the second album.
Oh, yeah, let's do it up.
Okay. The other album that dropped was Young. What's that fucking Rat Pack guy?
Young Sinatra 4.
Thank you, Young Sinatra 4. I couldn't remember his name.
What's that Rat Pack guy? The main Rat Pack?
I couldn't remember. God damn it!
Master Splinter.
We've been around long enough that we both should Sinatra's hate.
And I got multiple takes on this album because I
didn't listen to it. I was too busy with Wayne.
I didn't listen. I don't bump Logic, so I got pretty biased.
I gave it one listen, and
I gave it one listen too.
Who is Logic's demographic? Like, who is
Oh,
he?
good. We could
don't
talk
go
about that
to-
because
I
that's
don't-
one of the things I want to bring up.
I don't fuck with Logic, but go ahead, start it off.
Okay. Did you get a chance to listen to it, Ross?
I think I heard a millisecond.
All right.
like,
So Ross
no.
is the Z mic this podcast.
I am the guy who's just gonna listen to what you say, and then I'm gonna give like what I think maybe they were trying to do
Sure.
to
Do you-
explain stuff.
do you-
That's
okay.
what I've been doing all episode.
Yeah,
Do you know who
perspectives
Logic
like
is
that.
though? He made that Suicide song with the rap.
Logic's the guy who was at the
Linkin
VMAs or
Park?
whatever.
No,
Linkin Park?
it's a song that was on the radio that the name of it is the Suicide Prevention Hotline.
Suicide.
No,
That's John Kingston. I'm sorry.
is that how does it that Logic song go though? It's like,
I don't listen to Logic.
Exactly.
but you've heard it on the radio. It was huge. You've heard it. I'll play.
Is
it
he
for
a
you.
radio
The
rapper?
thing is,
that's what it kind of
Yes,
sounded
he
like.
does have some.
That's what it kind of sounded like. When
That's what I thought. But when I listened to this album, I was like, there's actually
Radio rappers can be
it's
hard.
It can get
radio
hard.
rappers can be hard.
Yeah, it's
though.
just
Yeah.
that they have 2 tracks on a project where they're not hard.
Yeah.
too hard for the
Exactly.
radio.
There's definitely the radio tracks on
Yes,
this
that's what
album.
I'm saying.
Yep.
But as a whole, I'm listening to the next Logic album that comes out because of this.
I'll listen.
You want me to start it off?
Go ahead. Sure,
Okay,
yeah.
so I don't need to do a biased unbiased tape because I wasn't biased to Logic before this.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll just talk about it. The standout songs for me were 100 Miles in Running, featuring Wale and John Lindahl.
Damn.
Yeah. So you'll
I've heard
you'll
that
like
name
this.
before.
You'll like this song.
Wale is pretty good.
It is funky as fuck. It's got a funky beat to it, and it's speedy as fuck. You get to hear Wale go speedy with it. It's pretty fucking great. The Adventures of Stony Bob I enjoyed. Everybody
names?
Dies. The Return. Logic. Iconic. Street Dreams 2.
Ugh.
And obviously the most standout song to me on this album is Wu-Tang Forever, which somehow this fucking guy got Wu-Tang together to do a fucking 8-minute track.
And Drake's like, wait, what?
God, maybe you just need to ask them. That's what it sounds like to me.
He said, who do you know that could pull the clan together like Voltron?
Yep.
That's what Logic says in the song, and I'm like, you know what, Logic? It's you. Like, I didn't know that answer before but
that's his cred, man. That's his cred.
Yep. I mean, we will talk about that Wu-Tang thing later that you wanted to bring up, but overall, the reason most of the tracks stand out is because it kind of sounds like most of the same. It's not an amalgamation, but there is trap and there is boom bap. And obviously Wu-Tang brings the boom bap, but he specifically states on this album that I'm making music for everybody. He straight up says it. I'm giving you the trap. I'm giving you the boom bap. If you like this, you won't like that. If you like, if you don't like this, you will like that. Like, he states it in this album.
That almost seemed kind of like what Wayne did on his, but in a different fashion.
Yes, and in Logic specifically, it's like a disclaimer. Like, hey, I'm doing all this shit to appeal to multiple audiences.
Yep.
And I think he did that well.
Do you think he felt this was like a breakout for him potentially, and that's why he did that?
No, he's extremely popular now.
I know he's popular, but did he think this could elevate him further is what I'm saying, and that's why he went with what he did.
Yes, I think this is going because he has an extremely large fan base.
I know that.
He appeals to a younger crowd and an older crowd than me, I guess. I'm not okay, we'll talk about where we rank these for album of the year. But he uses in-house production, which was 6. The production was really good. It was fucking clean. It was like nasty clean. Like
a little bit I heard it sounded pretty
the
clean.
Beats, 100 Miles and Running, that blew me away. That funky beat. The whole time I was listening to it at work, I was like, ooh. Get dirty with it.
Like, coworkers just like, what the
fuck is he watching?
Yeah, they do sometimes. They're like, what the fuck? It's like he's hard. Like, he's got some hard records on here, but he's also like comes off to me as like, I know specifically people have said corny. Yeah he does come off as a wholesome rapper, like the next Will Smith to me.
Yeah,
but
he got Jaden on the album.
Yeah, he had Jaden Smith on the track. But I was coming into Logic for the first time. Pause.
I tried so hard to let.
I thought you said this was unbiased.
Are we not?
It was so hard.
No, I was pleasantly surprised with the album. Okay, was she fuck off? You guys.
Logic coming so hard.
But, so that's what made you go ooh at work. Okay, I got it.
Ooh, I came. But this. It was a very clean album. A lot of it sounds the same. You're getting a lot of the same flow. You're not getting multiple cadences, but the boy can spit. I did not know that, and I think you should check it out if you're a Logic fan or not a Logic fan. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was dope.
I'm kind of neutral, like where anyone can kind of get into it, maybe.
Yeah, like he attempts to appeal to multiple audiences. If I had,
how many people
if
would
I
you
had
say
to choose,
are like neutral like that can do that?
Drake. most of your
in a word, Drake.
Well, he's Canadian,
most of your top tier hit rappers right now are going to be your radio rappers that attempt to appeal to a wider audience.
Yeah.
But you got to go to their albums themselves to get that hard shit.
Yeah, usually.
Because it's there, I guess. It's funny because he's from Maryland, so he can't rap as being a banger. We talked about this before the podcast, but he has a song called Street Dreams 2, which I'm assuming he's done this before.
It's Nas has a song Street Dreams on his album. It was written.
There you go.
Oh,
Street Dreams are made of these,
So I didn't know if he did this before, but yes, Nas did do this. But it was essentially he was dreaming of doing like some hood shit because he's not a hood rapper. So
there's definitely.
So I thought that was pretty dope, like because you can't call him fake for that. Like he's not rapping like a gangbanger, like he's banging in a gang or he's doing a gang bang. Like we don't know.
Right.
Pause. Triple
ice or
but no, I thought that was a pretty cool spin on that because I don't remember ever hearing that in the past. I've heard the Dream songs before, but never like used that way.
Yeah, but
to appeal to a different audience.
You gotta think too, like I'm not gonna completely let Maryland be discounted. Like Maryland's not fucking crazy. Like that DMV area is crazy. You know what I mean? It is crazy. Like
Baltimore's pretty crazy.
Go to Southeast DC. It is crazy.
I know I know from he does talk a lot in the album though, which is apparently something that he does. He talks to his audience, which it was okay. Like what he was saying, I wasn't, turned off by that necessarily. But he did talk about he had, no daddy. He was homeless at one point, that kind of thing. He talks all about that. So
that's all he was talking about in his Netflix special. Like it was like
Netflix special.
Well,
no, he was in a Netflix special with a bunch of other rappers.
Oh,
like
okay.
T.I. was in there, like a few other people.
Okay,
too,
let's. So, what's your take on it, Alex? I talked too long about it.
It did flow really well. The standout tracks for me were Wu-Tang Forever and 100 Miles and Running.
Dope.
It's definitely all right.
I mean, I want to talk for 10 minutes just about Wu-Tang Forever, but we got more shit to get through. But you definitely listen to that track. If you don't like Logic, just fucking listen to Wu-Tang Forever. He does one verse and then Wu-Tang takes over.
So who exactly was on Wu-Tang Forever that you can pinpoint? Like,
everybody except for ODB.
Exactly.
Really?
He got the whole clan.
He got Inspector Deck on the track.
Yeah.
Well, wait, was Inspector Deck on there?
I don't know if he got Master Kill. Well,
like Wu-Tang is very like.
Let me look.
All right, it's Ghostface Killah, Raekwon, the RZA, Method Man, Inspector Deck.
Yo,
Capadonna.
That is fucking.
Yeah, he got
Jackpot, Scotty, Waddy. You got.
Yeah, there you go.
Master Killah and the Jizza.
Yeah, he's got
except for Killah Priest, but he was kind of just a I don't know if he was, but
but. You gotta listen to it. It's fucking dope. When
Method Man had he always gets the best verse, and he does a good job.
He has a really good voice, a really good flow for it. But
I
Jizza, man,
the Jizza for me, his voice is he's one of my favorite.
You can't take away from Liquid Swords, man. Ghostface was dope. It was all dope. That was dope. Ross, if I had to choose, you would probably enjoy Logic's album over Wayne.
Well, it's probably accurate because I always thought Wayne had a sound I didn't enjoy a lot.
Yeah, then you would
not even Party Rock. So come on, when he arrived, he brings the fire, makes you come alive.
That song is all right.
Overall, did you like the album though?
That was more for
overall,
the beat,
yeah.
It was beat in that song.
I've heard worse albums this year. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah,
so I mean, it's not the.
Sure.
Yeah, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
So where are you ranking these then for this year? Can you put either of these in the top spot or near?
I'd put Carter in the top 5 with. All right, so we have KOD.
Yeah, you got to set yourself up for 5 albums.
We have KOD. We've got Kids See Ghosts. We've got Carter 5. We got Pusha T, his track Daytona.
Yeah.
And I guess it's probably between M and Logic for the last spot, unless someone comes out with something better. In the next couple, if Ye can blow me away in the next couple days here when he,
I'm nervous.
I remain hopeful, but
very nervous about that.
Hesitant. At the same time.
I personally too think that both of these can slide into the top 5 as well. If I had to choose which one to put over the other, artistically, Carter 5. Carter 5 was more artistic. In my opinion, than Logic's. Even though Logic's
probably more pleasing.
It was
fucking Wu-Tang Clan. That is crazy.
It is, but you got To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar. You got Wu-Tang Clan. Oh, this Logic's album was more clean to me. It made more sense, even though it sounded more like the same. It had more bangers, more hits in my opinion. Honestly, I don't want to make that decision. Honestly, I'm gonna tie them for top 5, because both of them have their different merits. But this is Wu-Tang. This is Wu-Tang forever. Who could assemble the clan like Voltron? Okay. Oh man, it was
crazy.
Logic. Okay, so I'm gonna take a dive. I am gonna put Logic above Carter 5 in the top 5 album of the year.
Okay.
The other ones are essentially what Alex said: Kamikaze, Daytona, KOD. Put these two. Kid, who's which? I didn't even hear Travis Scott's album, so I can't even.
Astro World.
Yeah, I didn't.
Are you a fan of Travis Scott?
No, am I going to be? Because I don't even listen to Travis Scott, honestly. But Let It Fly featuring Travis Scott on Carter 5, dope as fuck. So
yeah, he could very well be one of those artists that do very well on features, but the second he has his own track could be terrible.
It could be.
But we'll leave that up to next time, I guess.
Do we have any other time-consuming things that we want to bring up?
Kids See Ghosts. It was Kanye West and a kid named Cudi.
That's true.
And it was... I mean, I'm big on Cudi. I fuck with Kanye when he's not on some fuck shit. So, you know.
It's getting few and far between.
Bring up the Wu-Tang thing that you wanted to bring up.
Yeah, we got like
talk about the
2 minutes or something.
2 minutes. All right, Wu-Tang, 2 Chainz. It's supposed to be a mashup mixtape that came out. I encourage people to listen to it.
I saw something about that.
Yeah, I encourage people to listen to it. I myself have not finished fully listening to it, but I just wanted to... The reason I posted it is to make everybody aware, because it sounds like some shit that you're like, what are these?
What the fuck?
Yeah, like...
Did he assemble the clan like Voltron, though? We don't know yet. It's not out yet?
It's out, but I have not fully listened to it
you haven't fully...
I was too busy giving that Carter 5.
When you posted that, I immediately think a Wu-Tang album is coming.
Oh, yeah.
It is in the works.
I feel like it.
Because that's way too much Wu-Tang buzz in a very short period of time.
I feel we're gonna get
this Pirelli album released. Like, let me just...
I gotta listen to the Method Man Drink Champs, which is like 3 hours. I'm sure there'll be a nugget in there about it. Any closing statements?
I don't have nothing.
It's a great year for hip hop.
It is. It has been a fantastic year.
Fantastic.
Let's end it off. 20th anniversary of Pokemon Red and Blue being released in America.
There you go.
Happy birthday, Pokemon.
Right?
Pokemans.
My Pokemon sweater wasn't clean, so I had to wear Hammerdonger. So yeah, so I couldn't wear my Pokemon. I couldn't wear my Pokemon sweater. Yeah, but thanks, guys. Like and subscribe. Let us know what you thought about our invalid opinions in the comments. What we could do better. What we're good at. What we're bad at. If Ross really smells like cabbage, I'll let you know. And we'll catch you next time.
See ya.